Hello again, everyone. This is Collocations Part 5. This is the 5th video in my collocation series, and like the others, I'll present 5 commonly used collocations to you numbered 21 to 25. But first, I'll give you the opportunity to guess the appropriate word or words to complete each one. Then, I'll give you the answers along with an additional example for each collocation. I also recommend that you pause the video at each question to give yourself more time to choose each answer. So, are you ready? Let's go! Number 21. And the answer here is great ferocity. And the example is, the tiger attacked its prey with great ferocity. Now, ferocity is violent, a violent action, or let's say very scary or frightening action, okay? And we use this a lot with ferocity, a great ferocity, okay? Now, is it enormous ferocity or stupendous? They both mean great, but the collocation here is great ferocity. All right, here's another example. The tornado hit the small town with great ferocity. All right, so it was a very violent and scary tornado. All right, it hit the town with great ferocity. Got it? All right. Here's number 22. And the answer here is B, peak or peak fitness. The example reads, he attained peak fitness this year by walking 6 kilometers every day. Okay, if it's peak fitness, it means the highest level of something or the best level. In this case, this person's fitness was at its peak, was at its highest. All right, these are used together quite often. Peak fitness. Okay, is it high fitness? Is it apex fitness? We don't use it like that. All right. Here's another example. Athletes are at their peak fitness levels when they compete in the Olympics. All right, so if you're in the Olympics, you're probably at your peak fitness, okay? And that's where this comes from. It's used a lot. All right, here's number 23. The answer here is C, educated, or educated guess. In this case, it's educated guesses. And the example is, successful investors are able to make educated guesses about a company's potential before they invest their money in them. Now, an educated guess is usually something that you have a little bit of information about before you make a guess. Okay? In this case, usually investors, they do a lot of research. Maybe it's a little bit more than an educated guess, but it is an educated guess because they're basing some knowledge on a guess, because that's all they do. They speculate. They're speculating about the growth or the potential of a company. All right? So they make educated guesses. Are they schooled guesses or enriched guesses? Well, they kind of mean the same thing as educated or kind of a guess, but it's not used like that. Here's another example. I'm not sure what it will cost to get my house painted, but I think I can make an educated guess on what it will cost. In this case, the person's basing their guess on some information that they already have. Okay, that's really what an educated guess is, and this is used quite a bit. All right, this collocation. Okay, here's number 24. The answer here is B, heavy heart. And our example is, with a heavy heart, my brother kissed his girlfriend goodbye as he left to fight in the war. Okay, if you have a heavy heart, this means that you have a feeling of sorrow or unhappiness. All right, and that's what happened in our example here. The person's brother was very, very sad about leaving his girlfriend. Okay? Now, bulky and weighty, kind of mean heavy, but we would never use it in a collocation like this. All right? heavy heart used quite often. All right, here's another example. The immigrants left their home country with heavy hearts because they knew that they would miss many of their friends that lived there. All right, we have another example where we have deep sorrow or unhappiness because these people had to leave their home country and they would miss their friends or maybe even their family. Okay, so they had heavy hearts. All right, here's our final collocation number 25. And the answer here is C, growing impatient. The example is, my company is growing impatient with the lack of productivity of the new employees. All right, growing impatient, it means that they're beginning to get very impatient. So can we say their impatience is expanding? Or maybe their impatience is swelling? I guess you could say it. They mean, they're similar to growing, but growing impatient, that's what we use as our collocation. Here's another example. Gerard grew more and more impatient as he waited for his car to be fixed because the repair took much longer than the mechanic had originally told him. All right, in our example here, this person, Gerard, became more and more impatient. Okay, he grew impatient as he waited for his car to be fixed. All right. All right, that's all for this video. Please like and share this video if you get a chance. And remember what I always say, keep practicing. See you next time.